Virtual summits can be either free or paid to attend. Now, I totally prefer the free summits. And oftentimes when I'm working with a client, I have a tough time convincing them that you can actually make more money with a free event than you can with a paid event. But it is entirely true. So you might be wondering yourself, I mean, if you're only asking for an email address, then yeah, you can see how they're growing the list, but how do you actually make any money? Well, I'm gonna let you into a secret of these free online summits. The money is always in the follow-up. And by money being in the follow-up, I mean you can make a heck of a lot more money in your follow-up than you could with a paid event. Welcome back to Renegade News. I'm your host, Glenn Kowalski. Every week on this channel, we discuss how freedom lovers and entrepreneurs just like you can build a cancel culture proof business, create a bigger impact and a bigger message within the world and within their business, and how they can completely break free from the system. So let's just dive right into it. One of the top questions that I get from clients is how they can effectively monetize their virtual summit and make money, especially if it's a free event. Now, certain summits do make more sense as a paid event. As a back-end promo where you're charging big money on the front, those can be a better idea for a more exclusive clientele. But generally speaking, especially if you're dealing with new customers, a free event is going to make more money if you do things right. And there are endless options for how you can actually make money on that summit, even if it's free. But today we're going to cover the 8 of the most common and usually the most effective ways that you can actually do that. And the first way that you can do it, the one I love, the one that I recommend almost every time, is an all access pass or a VIP pass, in which the virtual summit host earns the income from their event, but after the event. With the all access pass, this gives you access to a membership area that contains all of the video content from the providers and from the speakers for lifetime access to this virtual membership. What happens with your free event is you'll let the free event go for 24 hours only, but you sell an all access pass after the event where you can actually see those presentations every day for life. You always have access to it. And that's extremely powerful because by broadcasting that your guest speaker interviews to those free ticket holders, when you only have that limited period of time, you're really encouraging your attendees to upgrade their ticket to the access pass because they don't want to miss a single interview due to business or personal scheduling or other different conflicts. When somebody signs up for a one-day summit, they may not be able to catch every speaker. They may not catch every bit of every speaker. They may not be able to take notes on everything. By putting together this killer presentation, but only having it available for 24 hours, there's a built-in incentive to want to have that information for the rest of your life or for years, whatever that case may be. That all access pass can also include other perks and other bonuses. They can have discussions, extra panels, you can have transcripts. We like to have a professional note taker take notes so that you don't have to take notes while you're watching it live. We have downloadable and video clips and all sorts of other things that are available within our all access pass that you can't get for free. The information's still there. It's still a very super valuable summit for free, but the all access pass just takes it to another level, and that's what makes it worth it. The all access passes also lend themselves very well to different types of price increases. So that means when somebody buys the summit, you can give them a specific price for that summit at the moment they buy. Once the summit actually goes live, you can actually raise that price. And then once the summit has ended, the price can go up again. As long as it's valuable information and the information's worth whatever you're charging, people are going to pay it at every price level, but you're giving an incentive to the fast action takers to actually move and get that best price right off the bat. This is something we're doing, for example, on a summit that we're running that runs on February 2nd. We're running a brand new summit on building a cancel-proof business. It's completely free to attend. We will have a all access pass available immediately, and that price is going to go up after the summit ends. The price of that summit is going to go up. But right now, if you go to cancelproofsummit.com, you'll be able to see how that process works and sign up for the summit yourself on how to build a cancel-proof business. The next way that you can increase sales and increase your revenue from your summit is with an order bump. And an order bump is this additional product that you can add as an add-on to all of your purchases. So you can do that technically with the free summit, although I don't recommend it. I do recommend it more on a paid summit just for some of the logistic reasons. But it's just a little add-on product that you can add with a little checkbox that everybody so they come in, they purchase your all access pass, for example, then you have a bump offer. Maybe it's a bump offer for extra transcripts. Maybe it's a bump offer for something that's related to your content, whatever that is. Usually they are a very fast decision, and it's an offer that's almost too good to refuse. It's like, for an extra $29, you're going to get this wonderful thing. Most people are going to check it, and that's a great way to up your overall revenue. And it also does something else in that by having a bump offer in there, it actually reduces refunds, which if you have a great event, your refunds are going to be low, but everything you can do is going to help. And a bump offer does help that reduce those refunds. But it also, even though it's usually a low amount, it does add considerably to your average order value from your summit. That bump offer could be a product that you already have, or it's something that you've created specifically for the summit. It should definitely be related to something that is spoke about in your summit. Maybe it's something that makes the information you're teaching go faster or more automated, or it gives more details, those types of things. But you want to make sure that it complements whatever they're getting in the all access pass. It could be something simple as early access to another event or on-demand access to a certain type of presentation. It could be transcripts, although we normally include the transcripts within our all access pass now. In the past, we have done them with a bump offer where you had to pay extra for those types of transcripts. So there are all sorts of different options you can use in those bumps. The next thing that you can do to increase your overall revenue, and this is a huge builder of revenue, is by adding an upsell. And an upsell is a product that is offered after your buyer has checked out and they've already completed their purchase, but is offered immediately. So in other words, it's an attempt to persuade your prospect to buy an add-on, some type of an upgrade or some type of an additionally related item. The item that you put in the upsell should be somehow related, but it can be different. You don't want to put something in an upsell that your client needs to have in order to make the first thing that they bought work. That's a bad business practice. I know a lot of people do that, but it's really bad practice because it leaves a sour taste in your mouth. You've just spent X number of dollars and now, I need to buy this new thing. So you want it to be something that adds value, but isn't necessary. A good example of this might be a subscription to your main newsletter, for example. If you have a paid newsletter, this could be a subscription to your newsletter. Maybe it's a health or a financial newsletter. Those types of things make good upsell items. And you're used to seeing them. People are used to seeing upsells every day. You see them when you go to Amazon, where they do upsells and they do cross-sells. These are really common, and they really do a lot to help increase your revenue generated from the event, because generally speaking, the upsell is considerably more. So if you sell your summit, for example, your all access pass, say you sold it for $97, your upsell could be $297 or $397 or $497 for whatever that other thing is that you're adding on. So it doesn't take a lot of them to really add a lot of revenue to your event. And basically the way these things work is once you've checked out, so your prospect comes in, they buy your all access pass, they're immediately taken to another page, and that page is going to say, hey, while you're here, your order's not actually complete right now. What if we can help you do X, Y, Z? And then you're going to go into an explanation. So it's essentially another sales page is what it is. And then all they have to do to actually get that new item is click a single link, which makes it very easy. Just a matter of clicking, that upsell goes onto their order and they get that upsell delivered. Or alternative, they can say no, and they can continually move on with the rest of their order or complete the purchase at the next step. Upsells are normally done in a couple different ways. For example, you can have them immediately after you purchase. So immediately after you check out, you can have another page that says, hey, while you're here, why not purchase this other thing? You can also put them in your email sequence. And once somebody's registered, they may not want the upsell right away. You may not even want to sell that upsell right away, but they're going to start receiving emails from you. And those emails are a great opportunity to sell something bigger, a larger package, because these people now know you, they've worked with you. That makes them very likely to purchase other products from you as well. With these upsells, you could offer a transcript or a workbook or other downloadable items. You could have something completely unrelated, like if it's a health summit, maybe you have a health newsletter, those types of things. And all of these types of upsells can increase your bottom line. Another way that you can make money is through affiliate commissions. So maybe you have tutorials or you have demonstrations of different software during your summit. Maybe you talk to different people who are speakers there. You can actually sign up to be an affiliate partner for those companies, for those products, even for those speakers. And you can use your affiliate link when promoting them during the summit or even after the summit. But during the summit, you can promote all of these different software products or tools or whatever it is, and you can earn affiliate commissions when your summit attendees buy or they register for those free trials of those products. Also, you can ask any of your guest speakers who are being featured if they have affiliate programs available for their products and their services or their courses, whatever those are, whatever they're selling. And if they're promoting them during your event, you could ask them to pay you an affiliate commission while they sell for anything that they sell during your event. Now, moving on from affiliate things, you may have existing courses as well that you want to sell. And summits are a great way to sell your existing products. So if you have an existing online course that's going to be available during the time of the virtual summit, let your attendees know about that. Now, while you don't want to promote too many things at once, by mentioning that you have a course for something that's relevant to the summit, if it's within that theme and it comes up during a discussion, it's more than reasonable to be able to promote that course during your event. And you want to make sure that your courses are easy to be found on your website so that when the summit attendees are going to find them and to learn more about you, that they're going to see those courses are available. Next, we get into some of the bigger ways of making money. And I think for most experts, this is really where you can use summits to really build your revenue. And that's by offering coaching or services at your event. You've built such a basis of credibility on what your knowledge is that it's a great place to sell add-on services. Maybe you're going to put a coaching program on, a high-ticket group coaching program. Maybe you're an agency and this is a chance to sell your services. All of these things launch great on the back of a summit because you've built so much credibility, you're seen as the expert, and people who are at that summit want to get to that next level. And if you have a way of helping them get to that next level, they are very likely to hop on board and become your client. Audiences that attend summit and conference style events are often willing to purchase all sorts of course add-ons, coaching programs, and more to help them get the most out of that attendance. They've learned so much about whatever your topic is. Now they need to get to the next level. And if someone reaches out to you proactively to learn more about your summit topic, they may also be the right person to sign up for your coaching or your VIP services. Also, you want to make sure that you're keeping in touch with all of the individuals who are at your summit because they may not need your services today, but in the future, there's a good chance that they will need your help. Also, many virtual summits will make the bulk of their revenue from their summit based on sponsorship and the sale of advertising space within the event summit platform. Some businesses don't do this at all, but a lot of businesses have a great opportunity and they're leaving money on the table by not doing this. So if you're hosting your event entirely online, sponsorships can be as simple as just including a logo or advertising material for the sponsor or some vendor that links to their homepage or links to their offer, and having that available during the event or in your event emails as well. You can also do things like set up breakout rooms for your event sponsors to be able to speak to your conference event. And this is a great way for them to meet new leads and also a great way for you to monetize, because if you have a popular event, there can be a lot of revenue in selling that type of advertising and marketing opportunity. And by doing this, you can actually have tiered opportunities. So you can maybe have one level of sponsorship where you get a logo with a link to an offer, where you have another gold sponsorship where they actually get their own breakout room, to another, platinum, where they get the breakout room plus the logo, plus they get a special keynote opportunity to speak at your conference and share their message with everyone. So this is an opportunity for you to get a great speaker, plus get paid for that speaker as well. And your ability to monetize that is going to depend on how well your summits do. So you're going to want to have a good reputation before you really start getting sponsorships. But they are a huge opportunity. And like I said, they'll usually, once you have sponsorships, they'll make much more money than the sales of tickets ever would. You may not even need to offer an all access pass because your sponsorships to your free registrants, if you have enough registrants, can make the bulk of that money anyway. And the final way to make money on your summit, and this is the one that I absolutely love, is by releasing a brand new product or service. And I think businesses who don't do a summit as a vehicle to launch a new product are really missing out on a great opportunity. And it's a type of upsell, It's very similar to what we've already talked about with coaching, and maybe that is the new product with, coaching and services or a course. It works the same way, but in this case, that course may not even exist yet, or it just exists as a framework, or it's a brand new service that you're going to offer. But by using a summit specifically to launch whatever that new product is, it's probably the best way out there right now to launch a brand new product to the market. Imagine if you have 5,000 free attendees who already love your message that you can promote your brand new product to, and they get the first dibs on that new product. What a great way to go out with a bang. And this can be a great fit if you have something to sell that's really related to the topic of your summit. And obviously, if you're going to use that approach, you're going to strategically build that into your summit before you even begin. And there isn't a big barrier to entry. There isn't a whole launch process behind it. There's so many great reasons that summit can bring people on board, build your credibility, and then launch that product with a bang. And with that method, there are kind of a couple of different options of the way you do it. You can sell your product or your service directly during the summit, and that's what I recommend for a new launch. You can do it without having an all access pass, and that way you're not selling two things. You're just launching the new thing. You can do it with an all access pass. That's completely up to you. As long as the content of your summit has value, you can still sell the all access pass. But you can also do it without selling anything during the summit. Just focus on nurturing that free audience and then sell your product at the end of the event. And then after the event, you can then launch the product. You can also, at the end of your summit, release a new webinar, for example. You can say, hey, just because you've attended this summit for free, I'm going to let you view this free webinar that we've got going on. Or check out this free information and launch them into a funnel. You can send them off into your new launch funnel for this new product or this new webinar for your new product, already having built-in established credibility and a built-in relationship already in place. It's a super powerful way to be able to sell a valuable product through your summit. You can also do it by selling your all access pass and then sell the product or service after. So now you have a group of customers that you've sold a product to already, and then you can approach those people on your list and use them to actually launch a new webinar, offer the free webinar to them, or offer a new funnel to them, which launches your new product. And then after your summit is complete, then you're going to have a brand new email list of followers who are eager to learn more about your topic, as well as consume all of the content that you offer to them because you built such a strong relationship. And that might be the perfect time for you to leverage all that warm email list to launch that new product or service to them. And in fact, many infopreneurs, especially, they view their virtual summit as a list building marketing technique that they will use to grow an audience of interested people into a new program or services that they're still developing. So they'll have this free summit in order to build a list around this topic, and they'll use that list to then launch as a second step that new product or service. Even though they have it planned, they may not even mention within the summit itself. And they'll specifically create the virtual summit on the topic that's most relevant to that product or service so that they know the attendees are a warm group for that list. So there you have it. I mean, there are 8 ways that you can monetize your virtual summits. And that's why I think free summits are, generally speaking, especially if you're looking for new customers and leads, I think free summits are the way to go. And I still think that virtual summits are one of the best ways that you can use to grow both your list and your revenue. But more importantly, while making this good income and making this big impact are important, I know that there's other reasons that you're building your business. I mean, it's about getting your message out to as many people as possible. And it's about pursuing your life's mission and making a difference in the world. And it's about making a bigger impact on everybody that you come in contact with. And that's why I think virtual summits are so powerful. And that's why we put together a free resource for building a cancer-proof business and making a bigger impact. Because we know that it's vital that you get your message out to the world and you get it out now. You can find a link to that in the first pinned comment. And don't forget to subscribe to Renegade News right now, because every week on Fridays at 12 p.m. EST, Eastern Time, we go live to help you build a cancer-proof business, make a bigger impact, and break free from the matrix. I'm Glenn Kowalski from Renegade News, and I'll see you over there.